Welcome to Knitting and Ooh, that was bad. Hello, welcome to Knit and Kitten podcast number 10. We are officially in the double digits. That's exciting. That's so exciting. My name is Mallory, otherwise known as JustADoseOfLove on the internet, so you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Ravelry, Reddit, and Twitter, where I am most active on Instagram. I am recording on November 1st, so it's not Halloween. I'm still dressed up because today was dress up day. Yes, November 1st, it's, I don't know, like 8 o'clock p.m. And I am recording in Edmonton, Alberta, where I live with my favorite feline, Sasika, and Chris and Connor, and a snake named Heidi. This is a podcast about knitting and crafts and yarn and kind of whatever else happens to be going on at that time. Mostly knitting though. So with that intro in, you think I'd be better at this intro thing by now. With all of that out of the way, I'm just going to hop right into what's on my needles. Oh my god, I have everything together except for my knitting bag. Where the heck is my knitting bag? I'll be right back. That was embarrassing. So, what's on my needles right now? So, I was doing a test knit for Kimiko last podcast, and that was for her Stella Bella honey sock. Yes. And it is a gorgeous sock. I'm going to show you the finished one when we get to what's off my needles, but this sock, currently, I'm on the second one, and here it is. I'm still on the cuff. So there's my little cuff. Got a couple more rows to go here before I start the actual leg of the sock. This beautiful color here, this is actually Cascade yarns in their color number 5720 in the Heritage base. So it is a 75/25 Merino nylon, superwash Merino nylon. And again, that's it's Kimiko. It is her honey, Stella Bella honey, yes, Stella Bella honey socks. You should check her out on Instagram. It's going to be a part of a set. It's the Sweet Child of Mine series, and I'm excited to see the rest of them. I'm excited to see the rest of them, and I really love how the sock turned out. You saw the Cascade yarns, and that's what the cuffs, heels, and toes are. And then this is Black Cat Custom Yarns, and it's their Electric Dragonfly colorway. It's on their everyday sock base, and that's an 80/20 Merino nylon base. So you can see it. It's got all these gorgeous pinks and purples and greens, kind of like a minty ice cream green. And that's what the body and, or I guess the leg and the foot of the sock I am doing in. So now that I've shown you part of a cuff that's not finished yet, I'm going to show you my off my needles finished sock. And I may have mentioned this before, this is the first time I've done a sock with contrasting toes, heels, and cuffs. So that was kind of neat. I had a lot more ends to weave in afterwards, but that's okay. I really like the way that it looks, and I think I'm probably going to do that a lot more now, unfortunately for me, weaving in ends. And also, this is the first sock where I've done a gusset and heel flap, which is super neat. Yeah, it was a first. I'm obviously going to do the second sock with the same kind of heel, and maybe if she lets me test knit for her next pair, I'm going to try the fish lip kiss. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. I don't really speak anything other than afterthought heel. So here is the finished sock. So So there it is. I am going to take it off the sock blocker. I just wanted you to be able to see all of that color. And you can see a little bit of these like little eyelets and lace and cute little zigzag pattern. Now what I really love about this sock, first of all, the front is adorable. So here now you can actually see the zigzaggy. Love it. And it's so simple, but it looks so gorgeous. So there it is. Love it. And I think maybe my favorite part of this sock is the cables that go on the back of the leg. Look at that! Isn't that gorgeous? Little like weaving cable braid thing. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. These are definitely socks for me, and I'm a little bit scared to wear them because they're so pretty. I think I'll probably just wear them around the house. Oh yeah, I'm so happy with how this turned out. I was pretty worried that the pattern would get lost in all of that color. But it didn't. So I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I can't wait to have a second sock. Then I'll have a matching pair, and it's going to be amazing. So excited. Alright. By the way, in my living room that I kind of mentioned last time, I have put up a couple of floating shelves that hold my foot mannequins. I think I may have mentioned that actually. Sorry for repeating myself. But I also put up a couple spots where I can actually hang my sock blockers. Oh, hey baby. How are you? Not interested. Okay. Where I can hang my sock blockers and show off my newest creation. So this is hanging out on the wall right now until it has a matching twin. Actually, it will probably still hang on the wall. Usually my newest socks are the ones that are out on display. Knitting on display. Of course it is. Poor Chris and Connor. Just have to deal with it. Oh well. So, that's actually all that's off my needles right now. I kind of spent all weekend crafting this headpiece for myself. On a whim, really. I scavenged some old metal coat hangers from the closet and straightened them out and put them into swirls to make the horns, and I covered it with a scarf that I got from Value Village for super cheap, and plaster. Because fabric, molds way better than paper does, so I made like a scarf, plaster, mache, and I covered the horns with that. And then I realized, I could not find a headband to glue these stupid horns onto, so I sacrificed a third coat hanger and bent it into the shape of a headband, covered it with some fabric, and glued the horns on, and got a whole bunch of flowers from the dollar store, and this cute derpy little bird. Where is he? Is he on this side? Oh, there he is. Yeah, this adorable little bird. And just like glued a whole bunch of stuff on this headband. And now I have a horn headpiece, which is great because I had really wanted to make one about 5 years ago, and I'd started it and it was going terribly. At that point I was using, flashcards? Yes. I was using flashcards and some of the pre-fabriced, like plaster of Paris stuff that you can get at Michael's to try and make the shape that I wanted, and it was just not working. It was just awful, and I gave up, and it just sat there in that spot where my crafts go to die for years and years and years, until finally I threw them out just a couple weeks ago when we redid the living room. And then this weekend I was just kind of like, you know what, I think I'm gonna craft this weekend. And then I spent like 16 hours making this headpiece, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out, actually. I'm getting off on a bit of a tangent, but I would have talked about this at the end anyways. Sorry for getting off track, but it was great. Had my headpiece, was in love with it, had it sitting on a thing on a shelf, and then on Monday it fell off the shelf, and this horn shattered. Yep. Shattered. Not like into a billion pieces, more like the way that something that has fabric underneath it, but a hard outside would shatter. So the outside bit's like cracked and it was awful. There was little plaster everywhere, and it's like, oh, right in the feels. I only spent my entire weekend on that. No big deal, except it really is, and that sucks. So I spent last night, which was Halloween, not dressed up. I spent it hunched over my makeshift crafting station in the kitchen with a whole bunch of like glue and paint and a heat gun. Yes. And I I fixed this horn. So what I did was I bought some gold leaf from the dollar store, because apparently they sell gold leaf there now, and mixed it up with some gel medium, so a matte gel medium, and covered all of the spots that there were cracks with this gold leaf. And actually I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you can see it, and I'm not just showing you like derpy little bird or nothing, but I actually couldn't, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. So yeah, now I have some gold on this horn to match the gold on this side with the leaves. Yes. That's all I'm going to say. Well, that's probably not all I'm going to say about that, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. As far as stash enhancement goes, I do have a bit of that actually. So this last couple weeks has been hectic, to say the least. Chris's, I don't know how much I want to get into that. Chris's dad was on vacation in Italy and ended up going into the hospital. And Chris ended up flying to Italy, bought the tickets on Saturday, flew it on Tuesday, came back on Sunday. So, where was I going with this? Yes, he brought me back yarn. That's where I'm going with this. He brought me back some birthday yarn, because my birthday was on Monday. So I'm going to show you some of that, and then I'm going to show you some of the birthday yarn I bought myself, and it's going to be great. So he bought us, not matching, but basically matching yarn. Ha! Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's perfect. He really likes green, I really like orange. We could have something that matches, or I could steal them both for myself. Yes. So, Mondial? This is from Italy. I don't know if I'm saying things terrible, or I don't know. Here it is. I'm not going to try and say it. I hope you can see it. They are both numbered colorways, and this is a 100% Merino, both of them. And I don't know what to make, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. It's definitely a fingering weight, and there's a lot here. Actually, it's 550 grams each. They're 550 gram balls of fingering weight yarn, 100% Merino. So if you have any suggestions, definitely open to suggestions. Preferably something that's gender neutral, so Chris could also have one, or I mean maybe not gender neutral, so I can have both of them. You know, either could work. I feel like we're running out of time, but we're not. Either could work. So it's got they're gradients, I think. Maybe. Anyways, here they are. I hope you can see them well enough. I think they're gorgeous. I would like to make something pretty. Yeah. So there they are. That's my birthday yarn from Chris, from Italy. I'm so happy he brought me back yarn. It was so nice of him. So those are my 2 balls from Chris, and then I went birthday shopping for myself on Monday, and I actually didn't really get anything for myself. I think I'm more of a process knitter. The finished objects are great too, but I just kind of like I like the journey. Destination is great, but I like the knitting journey. So what I did was I ended up getting some of that Louette Gems yarn that I'm starting to really like for hats. It's a 100% Merino and in their teal colorway. And this is for my sister. My mother texted me a couple weeks ago to ask if I could make Morgan a hat that would match some boots that my mom was getting her for Christmas. And I think this will match them pretty well, actually. So I think what I'm going to do is wind this up and knit up a Connor's hat pattern, because my sister, she might like a slouchy hat, she might not like a slouchy hat, and the Connor's hat pattern is pretty, it could be slouchy or it could not be slouchy depending on how you want to wear it with the brim. Also, that pattern is out with testers right now, so I do like to test the patterns along with the testers, just because usually by the time I have them sent out for testing, it's been like 3 weeks usually since I've knit the pattern myself, and that way I know that it's been enough time that when I'm reading it, it's been a long enough time that I will notice any mistakes, or a lot of mistakes that I wouldn't have otherwise. So that's my plan for this. And lots of time to knit that for Christmas. Lots and lots of time. We're getting really close to the 20-minute mark, so I'm just going to cut it here and be back in a second. Okay, sister's hat, Italy yarn. Now we're on to future shawl for my mom. A while ago, it's got to be a year, probably, almost a year. About a year ago, I designed a shawl that I called the Origin of Love shawl, and I didn't really do anything with it, with the design. I wear the shawl all the time, clearly, but with the design I didn't really do anything with it, and I've been wanting to revisit it because there was a couple changes that I wanted to make. So what I've done is I bought some yarn to make my mom the second version of this shawl, because then she will have a nice big Christmas shawl, and I will have a chance to revisit this pattern and kind of make the tweaks that I want to make, and it has a home to go to. So I bought a couple of balls of yarn for my mom. So number one is this Sweet Georgia. It's on the Tough Love sock. Yeah, it is. Tough Love sock base. And it's the silver color. So this is a 80/20 superwash. It is superwash merino nylon. And yeah, it's just this nice silver color. Hopefully you can see that. I've knit a couple things in Sweet Georgia before. There was a shawl, I believe. You'd think I would remember these things. Yes, it was a shawl. It was Miss Melinda over at Rye Flower Knits. It was a test knit for her Drops of Jupiter shawl, which is really gorgeous. It has these beads incorporated into it. I love it. Yes, so I know I like Sweet Georgia already. And it was a really light color then. I was actually looking for a little bit of a lighter gray, but I think this will match up really neat, nicely with the Flock Fiber Studios ball that I also picked up. So what I was looking at was these two spots, how they're pretty close, and I think that'll go really nicely together. So Flock Fiber Studio. This is on the Take a Hike sock base, and that's another 80/20 superwash merino nylon. And this is the poolside colorway. And let's do this. Here it is. I'm not going to take it out of its little hank here because I am so bad at putting them back together. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a mess already. I regret this. I'm regretting this. Okay, here it is. So it's got some really nice green with a darker sky blue. It's got flecks, so flecks of like a darker blue, and then it's got a little bit of those grays incorporated too. So here it is. I might as well just take this one out of its label as well. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't want to come out of its label. Oh, there we go. There. So here they are. I think they're going to go really nicely together. I think it's going to be a great shawl, and I think she will love it. She was hinting last time that she maybe wants a bigger shawl than the one that I gave her, so this one is going to be ginormous, and I think it's going to be great. She's really going to like that. She really likes knitted things. I don't know. I've definitely said that before. I probably say it too often. But my mom is so knit-worthy. She really, really appreciates it. Yeah. And that's it. That's it for stash enhancement. Oh, so much though. I love it. I love it. Oh, Tammy, my boss at work, got me a shirt that says, "It's not hoarding if it's yarn." And I couldn't agree more. Yep, I love it. It's very true. It's very true. Sika, what's up? You gonna come hang out? No, I'm just a stepping stool, huh? I don't know what's up with her. Oh, I'm gonna show you the pumpkin that I carved, and it's sitting in her bed. I think that's what's up. Feeling a little displaced, my love? I'm sorry. I'll be done soon. I'm actually drinking the same thing I was last time, which is the spice, what is it? Double spice chai. It's a black tea. It's the Stash brand. It's a bag tea. And it's delicious with the pumpkin spice Baileys. It's so good. That's why I'm drinking it again. Yes. Oh. And it's hanging out in my owl mug. I've got a few in case you haven't noticed. I maybe have a thing for owls, potentially. Whoop. Now we're just talking now. I don't need to put this away. Oh, upcoming. This is why I have notes. Upcoming, I am going to be doing a call out for test knitters for the Farmer's Daughter sock. That was a couple podcasts ago. I think I showed that to you. Yeah, so November 15th, 16th? 16th. I'm aiming for November 16th. So the Connors hat test knit is going on right now, and it will be until the 12th, I believe. So started on Monday, and it was 2 weeks from then. So that'll be finished up around the 12th. And that's also why I'm knitting up my sister's version of Connor's hat, because the test knit is going on. And then, yes, the Farmer's Daughter sock test knit will go on after that, because I do need to knit up my mom a pair of socks for Christmas. Oh man, I have so much Christmas knitting to do. It's like, oh, I've got lots of time, and it's like, okay, well, it takes me 5 weeks to make a shawl, and 2 weeks to make a pair of socks, and a week to make a hat, and that basically puts us at Christmas. That probably does put us at Christmas. I have got a lot of knitting cramming to do. Oh no. Oh well, I guess. There is a 4-hour drive from here to my mom's for Christmas, so that would be a good time to finish up sock toes. I mean, if I'm really planning to finish this at the last minute, which I'm not. I would like to finish this much before that. Oh, and then oh man. Does Christmas knitting stress anyone else out? Holy crap. Yes, very stressful. Now that I'm thinking about it. Also, my friend Tamara, she, for the last 3-4 years, has run something called the Christmas Care Pack campaign. And what that is it's a campaign to collect donations, supplies, that sort of thing for homeless and at-risk youth. And the idea behind it is something as simple as like hairbrush, ponytails, necessities like that could help a homeless or at risk of being homeless youth get a job, feel better about going to school, be more comfortable in their own skin, which allows them to do a lot of, you know, other things that, yes. I need to work on how I'm saying this. Anyways, the reason I need to work on how I explain this to people is because Tamara is no longer running the Care Pack campaign. I have taken it over from her, and that is going to be taking up probably a good chunk of my time for the next 2 months. So donation, accepting, collecting, that's what I need to use. Collecting officially started today, so it's running from November 1st to December 15th. And then I'm going to be doing backpack assembly because everything goes into backpacks, so it's easy to carry around and keep everything together. So assembly day will be either that weekend, so the 15th or the 16th, depending on how it turns out. And then distribution day will be the week after that, so just before Christmas. And there's some stuff I still need to figure out. We've been partnered with a charity, or sorry, not a charity, a not-for-profit for the last 3 years. And this year, the not-for-profit that we were partnered with last year is not able to partner with us again. Just, they have some stuff going on internally. So that's not great. It's not ideal. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna be taking up a bit of my time for the next little while. Although having said that, on the downtime for actual distribution day, there, you know, is stretches of time where there's no one around, and that would be a really good knitting time, I think. Yes. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Sorry. That was way off track. Yes. Okay. What else is new? What else is... So Ashley and Ashley's a girl that I work with. We're taking a beginner ASL course. So beginner American Sign Language. It's an 8-week course. And we're 2 weeks in. It's on Tuesdays. And I can say some really basic things now. So my name is Mallory. Yeah. How's that? What's your name? Maybe? Ooh. I'm gonna get really good at this. Well, I'm gonna get really good at basic sign language, and then we may look into taking a secondary course. I think it's a lot of fun, so she also does. I think it's really neat. I have always kind of wanted to learn sign language, and you know, now I'm kind of learning sign language. Oh, I can also say, I love my cat. Sika. Yes. See that? I love you, cat. I love her. Maybe if I learn how to tell her in all of the different languages that I love her, she'll eventually understand me. No? No, she's distracted by dust. Yes. So taking an ASL course. Monday I had some people over to carve pumpkins, and I'm going to show you my pumpkin. I wasn't really sure what to make this year. Last year I made my little Dose of Love logo, and the year before that I made a cat hanging out under a starry night, I think. And this year I had no idea what to make, so I ended up, I'll show you. Here's my pumpkin. I hope it bears a resemblance to the Cheshire Cat. You know, we're all mad here. Yes, I do love my pumpkin. He took a lot of time, actually. He took more time than I thought he would. I've never done this thing where you don't actually cut through the pumpkin before. That was new. It was good. I made a terrible mess all over the floor, underneath where I was working. Sorry, Chris, who cleaned that up. Yes, I made a terrible mess, but I think my pumpkin, you know, turned out pretty well. Actually, I wonder if I can show you how he looks when he's all lit up. I don't know. Can you see that at all? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. It's probably too light in here. Oh well, I tried. Yep. That's actually about it. That is actually it. Yeah. That's all that's going on. Alright, I'll just wrap it up here then. Oh, I guess I'm dressed up. I didn't really tell you why. Because I am a part of this group called BNI, so that's Business Networking International. It's a networking group that works, basically the main principle is giver's gain. So you give people, referrals is really what this works on, but the more you give, the more you get. That's kind of what it's kind of how the whole thing works. So you give people business and then eventually they will give you business. That's just how it's going to work when you spend, 2 to 3 hours a week with people. You get to know them better, you can refer them better, and you can trust them to kind of take care of you with their businesses, and they trust you to take care of their clients, and you can refer people with confidence. Because personally, before I was part of this group, which I have been for 3 years now, two and a half years, like calling a plumber was terrifying. And by the way, I did call a plumber and they charged me $400 and did nothing. That was awful. And then I went to go complain to them and they didn't actually have an office. They had a mailbox. Ugh. So yeah, $400 down the drain. Now I know a plumber, and by the way, I know that they're accountable to stuff because I see them every week. So there's that. And I trust them to tell me the truth, be straight with me, and kind of have like best business practices, and that's great. Anyways, BNI. Since we only meet on Thursdays, today was dress up day for Halloween, so I did. I dressed up, and then I came back to work with my makeup on because this stuff is like hard to take off. It's going to be a mess when I do take it off. It's like mascara, but worse. Yeah, so that's not fun. Yeah, so there I am. Now I'm dressed up, and that was great, and I'm not going to get into more than that. That's fine. I'm just going to cut it here. Okay. I am so glad that you put up with how much rambling I did today. There was a lot more than usual, I think. Yes, there was a lot more than usual. Sorry. Thank you for putting up with it. I hope it wasn't too much. I'll try and cut that down a little bit next time. If you did enjoy this, if you do like spending time together, feel free to subscribe. I do put podcasts up every 2 weeks now on Fridays instead of Thursdays because there's just too much going on Tuesday and Wednesday nights now. It's impossible to record and put everything out on Thursday. So uploads are on Friday. And yeah, if you want to get notifications, just subscribe. Alright, I hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you had a great Halloween. I will see you in 2 weeks. Stay wonderful. Oh, Seeka's all curled up in her bed now. Oh, there's nothing cuter than a sleeping cat.